much from the light in the camera, but let's see, right there is the center, the peak of the roof ceiling, and the north slope, that half, we put, where are they? I got some more cans of it. We put almost a full gallon of Minwax polyacrylic, that stuff. So we did that on Saturday, and then Sunday the rains rolled in. It's just way too humid, and of course uncoated wood is like a sponge. But we used a roller and a paintbrush to get in the little beads seams there, and it covered pretty well. It looks good. And yes, we used a couple pieces of scrap, and we did a test beforehand. The brush on and the roll-on method both worked well. I have a borrowed sprayer, but what I don't have is a respirator that fits me. I ordered a large and it's still too small. So today, instead of finishing the other half of the ceiling, I decided, now's a good time to get the vacuum out, clean the place up a little bit, get swept up. So Irina went around with the vacuum cleaner and cleaned up all the windowsills, got all the dead flies and sawdust, and we just sort of cleaned the place up a little bit. And that's pretty much it for now. I have fed the bees, which I suppose I could pause the camera and go out and have a look. I haven't opened them up a little over a week now, and hopefully the next sunny day. We'll be coming up on about 2 weeks since I looked, and we'll make some decisions then. But I don't know, dirty windows. But I'm going to pause the camera. Let's go out and have a look. It's a little bit more new stuff for the homestead. Okay, so I think I did something about putting the fence up. We still don't have an energizer to make it hot, so you can grab it, walk over, whatever you want. But I just filled up the feeder, and the bees are out flying around looking for stuff. They're probably mobbed on the feeder already. That is 1-to-1 sugar to water, so 1 part sugar, 1 part water. And yeah, even in the low light, they're out, they're flying around. The rain has stopped. I would love to open the thing up, but they'll be extremely grumpy, and these girls are actually, they're very calm and easy to work with right now, so I don't want to mess that up. I mean, I can unprotected pull the feeder out, flip it over when there's bees all over the feeding tray. I can flip it over and shake them off or blow them off. They don't like humans' exhalation, so yeah, I can just give a little blow. They all take off. They have yet to sting me. I don't want to jinx myself, but they have yet to sting me. They're a joy to work with. And right now we still have just the 1 hive box. I'm hoping the next time I open this up that I'm going to see some more oops, sorry about the shaking. Some more frames that have been started to where they're building out some comb. I've got, of course, if you recall, I bought a 5-frame nuke, or a nucleus, that had a queen and 5 frames in a smaller box called a nuke box, and complete with a queen, which is a Saskatraz, which they are known for being fairly calm and easy to work with, as well as resistant to parasites like the varroa mite, which are a major issue with bees. You can see I got a few dead bees out there on the landing, but that's to be expected. They only have about a month or so, maybe 2 months lifespan. That's why they have a 21-day or so, I can't remember, I have to look it up. But they, from the time the egg is laid until we have new bees coming out, it's right around the month. So we're constantly cycling new bees in and out. Last time I looked, we'd had eggs, we had can't remember the term now, larvae. We had larvae, and we had capped over brood, which when they're pupating from larvae into bees, that's when the nurse bees, which are the new ones, they cap over the cell that has the larvae in it. Then the larvae turns into a bee and chews its way out. Such is the life of a bee. Then they start tending to the frames that have eggs, larvae, and capped brood on them. And then eventually they grow up and become worker bees, and they go out into the wild and find honey and nectar and pollen. And not honey, but, well, yeah, they'll steal honey from other hives. Find nectar and pollen and bring it back to the hive to build the hive up. Again, I'm fully expecting to see some more frames that have had comb built up in it. We put in, there's some plastic foundation, most of them are wax foundation, and which the bees tend to like more. It's just a matter of keeping the syrup coming to them and gives them some food to work with. Well, and they need a lot of sugar to build wax, to make wax to build combs. And the rain's starting to come again, so I'm going to step on away from the bees here. Oh, let's see. The other thing we did Saturday after we finished painting the north slope of the roof was I got all the implements from the other side of the trailer, and there where the grass was waist high over there. And I've got a place, I mowed that out a day or two before, moved the tarp up, put some pallets down, and I moved all the implements up there, and got things set up so it'll be a little bit easier to grab stuff. The tractor is still working like an absolute champ. And that's it for that. Sometime here in the next few weeks, we hope to have the garage sale mess. There was no garage sale, it's just the tarp tent that was here got flipped over last year and then snowed on and iced up, and I wasn't able to get in there and clean it up. So hopefully it's going to dry up here a little bit so we can get in here and clean things up. There's 2 fishing kayaks under the tarp. That's our 2 touring kayaks there, which I hadn't had the gray one out in a couple of years now. So, well, since the summer I bought it, just before I went back to Ukraine. And I've yet to take the Chinook out. That's a 17-footer also, I believe. I think they're both 17s. This Chinook is the Northwest model, which is kind of hard to find. Got a nice price for it. It's got a rudder in it. These things are made to haul loads. These are expedition kayaks. Not that we're going to be doing a lot of expeditions, but I would like to do a little camping here and there. And we'll see how that goes. But anyway, there's some sliding glass doors in there that I got for free that need to be picked up. The solar panels are over there, and you know, this all needs to be cleaned up. It's just we haven't had time. It's been nasty weather, and it's starting to rain again. So it's going to be a little while before we get all this cleaned up. I got most of the framing taken out of that. I still got some framing in there that I'm going to need some tools to disassemble. Then I can get rid of this thing. I think that is the back panel, which it got that rip in it when that canoe got taken off of the top of that wire dog kennel cage thing. It got launched and speared into the back of this thing. Put a little dent on the side of the camper, but that's no big deal. But anyway, yeah, got some stuff to clean up, and we'll get to it. It's just too wet to get in there and mess with it today. And yeah, it's Tick City here this year. The pillars that the camper's sitting on, they're both starting to lean over a little bit, so I want to get these campers out of here and set up back here somewhere. I'll just have to pick a spot, find a place where I can park it along sideways on the hill. That way I only have to jack one side up. But it's looking a lot better now that I got all the tractor attachments moved out of the way, and I was able to cut this down Saturday. I felt better just getting that much done. But yeah, boy, I don't know about my wife, but I was beat. I was absolutely beat. Not used to doing any work. And that's what happens when you're not used to doing work. It doesn't take much to wear you down. You know, on top of all the other issues that I have. So, yeah, we'll make it work. But the orchard's coming along. We still, you know, we had those two trees, one, I think it's a plum, and the black cherry tree. They didn't make it past their second year. The cherry tree, I think, got leaf mold rot or something. You know, you guys that are used to dealing with fruit trees and their ailments probably know what I'm talking about. But I didn't get the leaves pulled off and taken away soon enough, and it just infested the whole tree. So next spring we will put in some more fruit trees. The 3 apple trees seem to be doing all right. We had one apple that has disappeared between visits. I assume it was a deer or something that came in and snagged it. I think it was on this tree here. We got the 2 pear trees, and I see I've got a moth pocket that needs to get cut off and burned, which I will go get the clippers and snip that off right now. And yeah, we'll take care of that. I'll take care of that right now. I'll go get the snippers. These trees are getting to be ready for a little prune job. This one actually isn't in too bad a shape. This branch is coming back in towards the tree. I'll probably snip it. The whole idea is to not let the trees get too tall. I want to encourage growth down below as long as the limbs aren't growing in towards the tree or crossing another branch, we're good. Anything that crosses over or goes back in towards the tree, I take off. This one is in pretty good shape. We got a couple of shoots here that could probably come off. You know, all the trees, I didn't do any pruning last year that I can recall, but so they're all pretty much due. But anyway, that's it for Homestead news. Hope I didn't bore you too much. Over the winter, we did get the large propane tank put in. The stove is hooked up and working. I have a wall-mounted little space heater underneath that window on the end there. I've shut it off because we don't need heat now. I was only using that so I could get inside and work, which I never actually wound up doing. But well, it worked out pretty good. Anyway, that's it for the news. Next little job I think is going to be getting this pile of wood moved back so I can come in with the tractor and mow this mess and get that trimmed down so the place looks a little bit more like people are actually doing something here. And I guess there's a pile of sheet metal roofing that on the end that'll get moved back, put out of the way somewhere. I'll just have to figure it out. It's always a challenge keeping up with, you know, constantly having to move stuff around. But you know, that's why I got forks for the tractor. Okay, I'm going to stop babbling. Now the thrush quits. Life is good.